everyone, and welcome to the Positively Disney Phone-In podcast. We are at episode 17, and I'm really excited about tonight. I'm very happy to also welcome you back, those of you from Twitch TV and Facebook Live. I was away, as some of you knew, in Ireland, got back and was absolutely just wiped out last Monday night. Could not keep my eyes open after 3:30 in the afternoon, although I did, but I was just wiped out. So I thought, I have no idea what condition I would be in to podcast at 6 my time, which would be, I think it was like equivalent to 2 in the morning, which my body was still on and my headspace was still in. So thank you for bearing with me, and welcome back to tonight's show. If you have a tale to tell or a Disney experience you want to share, please feel free to phone in at 844-483-4763. I'd love to chat with you. You can also leave some comments, and I will just say a quick hello to Stephen, who has joined us. Stephen, I hope you are doing well this evening. You know, something that I've been very blessed to do is travel, and sometimes I encounter things absolutely unexpected. And I remember one of my travels down to Portland, Oregon one year, and was checking into the hotel. And for some reason, you just, I don't know, there's a melding of minds or something, Disney, but the person that was operating the desk was a really good friend of Cinderella's back in the day. And so we had actually a really, really fun conversation. And you never know who you're going to meet or what you're going to find. Another thing that I found in San Francisco, I shouldn't say person I met, was a cashier at a grocery store who was a cast member at one time. And then a friend, a good dear friend now, she actually was a manager at a retail outlet in my neck of the woods that happened to notice some of the Disney stuff I was wearing. And here she had been a cast member at Hollywood Studios, and it was the Contemporary Resort as well several years ago. So it was really kind of fun to run into people from all over. And on my trip to Ireland, I always look to see if there's a Disney store, first of all. Well, there wasn't where I was this time. It was just a small little place called Killarney. And then Cork, Ireland was the other venue I was at. And I was walking down the street with my sons, and we noticed some Star Wars stuff in the window. And I'm not talking the commercially, merchandise, merchandising stuff. I'm talking about stuff that would have been really apropos for that area, that actually was it was called the Irish Pub Shop, and I could only see in the window at the time. And as we stopped to look around, the proprietor and his wife, who were in there, welcomed us into their shop, and we had to kind of walk around carefully because they were painting. And they took us on a tour. And this shop, called the Irish Pub Shop in Killarney, was the shop that got the shirts for the cast and crew for The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. And it was so cool. And they weren't open until, I think they were opening up in the spring sometime, but they allowed me to purchase a couple of shirts. So I'm actually wearing one. I'm not sure if anybody can see it right now, but maybe I'll stand up and you can see my Skellig Wars t-shirt. And it's sort of the puffins that are on Skellig Michael, which is an island just about an hour and a half from Killarney. And it's a very treacherous boat ride. Got the whole explanation about that, which was really quite fascinating. But this shop had in it exclusive cast and crew T-shirts that I so wish I could have bought one, but they of course didn't allow you to. And at any rate, I did get to see some of the memorabilia from the actual production and the crew that they provided, and heard a few stories from them as well. And something about Skellig Michael, I don't know if any of you have ever been or known anybody to go. Fortunately enough, we have friends here that started going to Skellig like 30 years ago. It's a UNESCO heritage site. And when the Star Wars production company sought that location, there was a lot of issues because they didn't want this heritage site not ruined, but, trampled and kind of invaded and things like that, or have the birds hurt. And, but it was such an incredible place that they actually, of course, did get the okay from the powers that be there. And it was just, they actually had an ecologist supervise the whole thing, because that island, like a few hundred years ago, is actually one that the monks had built, the beehive stone places that they stayed and they lived. And that's what you see in the movie. Even though they filmed a lot on Skellig Michael, particularly when Mark Hamill's going up those steps. I think there's like 970 of them on one of those steps going up. They did build a replica of the beehive huts, stone huts and all that. And the proprietor had actually seen the set. It was massive. I saw a photograph of it. And they actually had a Millennium Falcon just kind of teetering on some rocky terrain and a grassy knoll all around. So I think that would have been so cool to be able to see that. So those locals definitely had a lot of fun checking out some of the things that were going on while they were in production. But this Skellig Michael is a very tough island to get to. People wait years often to get to this island. It can be so rocky. They could have 10 and rough that they can have 10-foot swells. And all they have is this little cement area that it's not kind of a wharf or a pier, but it's just kind of a flat cement thing that you literally have to jump off your boat and go up the steps. And unfortunately, there's a lot of tragedies because people miss and they fall down the steps and that. At any rate, it is beautiful. And our friends that had started going 30 years ago have been numerous times. You couldn't even count how many times they had gone. And one time that they were visiting there, the crew was there. And of course, the boats don't go out for that. But at any rate, I just really loved walking into a Disney type of situation like that in this little place, Clarny. I totally did not expect that at all. And of course, the proprietor was absolutely lovely, and we saw a lot of fun things. I'm going to go to a call quickly. I see Stan. Hello, Stan and Regina. Happy birthday to your daughter, Regina, and Sophie. And here we go. Hello, welcome to the Positively Disney show.
Hey, it's Lauren.
Oh, hi, Lauren. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, good. Becca told me to tell you hey as well.
Oh, hi, Becca. Hi, Beck.
Yeah, she's not with me, but yeah, I just talked to her about like 10 minutes ago, and she's like, "Tell Kimberly I said hey." I was like, "Okay."
Sure.
So, how was your trip?
Oh, you know what? It was absolutely fantastic. As I was saying, encountering the shop where they had all the Star Wars cast and crew T-shirts made, and learning a little bit of the history of The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, some of the filming around there. Even Mark Hamill, I guess, was a real delight to them, and wore one of their special shirts to the wrap party on the 17th of December when it wrapped there in 2015. So yeah, it was great. But so did you have something you'd like to share with us tonight?
Oh, yeah, so Becca and I, like, because you were on it, and we'll put your episode up in we're getting it ready to put up this week. But, because it takes a little bit, to arrange all that and, just kind of edit it and fix it and, and things. So, but it'll be up. And we're not editing anything. We're just, trying to make sure it sounds the best. So, but anyway, so we got to interview one of the writers, or another writer, Craig's one. So we got to interview him twice. He's awesome. But we got to interview another writer for Elena, and she is, oh my gosh, she is so sweet. Her name's Rachel Ruderman, and she is amazing. She wrote a song that I think you said you listened to before you came on the podcast, Make Them Proud.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
She wrote that. So we got to interview her, and we got to each tell her, our story. And she knows some of mine because she had read my piece that I wrote. But, I got to kind of expand upon that, a little bit. And we did ask her questions, obviously, and we had fun. And we're going to have her on again because she has a few more episodes that she has written that have not aired yet.
Mm.
But one of them is airing soon. It's called Race for the Realm. I think it's in April or May or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so she's gonna come back after that. So
that's really interesting. How did she get involved with the show as a writer? Well, she's the composer or writes the episode as well, or?
Okay, so basically what happened was, if I can remember her, because it's on YouTube. You can go and listen. Anyone that's listening to your podcast now can listen to ours. Spirit of Avalor, it's called. It's on YouTube. And the episode in question, is our interview with Rachel Ruderman, Ruderman.
Okay, and tell the audience what show it's for, because some people are not sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's for Elena of Avalor. It's a really, like I said, we talked about that before on your podcast. It's a really awesome show. First Latina Disney princess.
Okay.
And she is amazing. But yeah, so Rachel, basically, she worked first on Sophia the First, and then somebody was leaving the crew of Elena, so she got to go down the hallway, as she said, and, and just do that. And she loves doing that. Like, this is like her dream job.
Oh, nice.
And she, when she came in, they were just starting to write and, develop season 2. And the man who wrote Jewel of Maru, which was the premiere for season 2, left before he could write the song. So that's what she was doing. Now normally, whoever writes these episodes, whoever it is that writes their episode has to write the song. And you can get help with it, but you have to do it yourself overall. Like, you have to be, you have to do it like a 90%, 92% job on your own. People can contribute, but you need to do it.
Right.
So basically she, got to work, and they explained to her what this song had to be about, and what their vision for it, was at the time. So she started thinking about, people that she had lost and how she was going to remember them on Dia de los Muertos. And, she doesn't celebrate, but she just started thinking about how she would want to, honor them and things. And it came that she was talking to a friend who had lost her husband, and she explained this in the podcast about how, obviously misses her husband, their kids miss their dad, but at the same time they go on, they do stuff, they talk about them in conversation, all the good things, so that's where she got the inspiration for this. But the stuff that she had Elena do with her, her parents, when we see her do all that stuff, she did it, but I mean, that's her own stuff, but I mean, that's where Rachel got the inspiration for this. And
nice.
I highly recommend anyone who, even if you haven't watched the episode itself, go listen to Make Them Proud, because it is so powerful, and it is just amazing.
Yeah. That's really neat that you can actually talk to some of these creators of the Disney shows, because, they all have a story, right? And they are obviously very, very passionate about their work, as I think most people that are creators behind the scenes, in front of, or in the front lines. And that's really lovely that you could actually interview her and find out. And I think that's fascinating that they actually have to do the music to the show too, because not only are you writing, but to create music, that's another hat, and a very big hat to wear. That is very, it's not easy to do, for sure. But thanks, Lauren, for sharing about that. That's really neat. And I'm going to definitely check that out. And we could talk a little bit more off the show, but that's great. I'm really glad that you could
just
talk.
so you know, we want you back too.
Oh,
I want to talk to you again too, because that was very enjoyable.
Okay, sounds good. Well, let's chat a little bit later on this week and see what we can find to do in the near future, if you'd like. Then.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. It
Thanks,
was great
Lauren.
to talk with you.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hey, Stan. I see Stan and Chris on Regina, of course, and Stephen. Jenny has joined. Stan mentioned about my purse. Oh, my gosh. So I kind of like Disney purses, and I try to, I don't know, I just get one. If, particularly if it touches me, which last time I got two, the last time I was in Walt Disney World. But this purse that Stan has referred to, anybody see me on my Facebook page, I'm walking around Killarney with this massive purse because I thought, well, I better bring a big purse. You're going on a plane and that, but I never thought of putting in a smaller one. Well, let's just say this purse probably weighed, I'm not kidding you, probably about 30 pounds. Stan, that purse went all the way up the steps in Blarney Castle and down the steps again and in and out of all the rooms. And I'll tell you, I was a little concerned. That was a real workout carrying my Disney purse. And I actually, I never really wanted to leave it locked in the car because, of course, if I got it stolen or something, I would be mortified and devastated all at the same time. But that purse that I brought with me, it's actually really fun. It's got a sort of Mickey's clothes on one side, and it's got Minnie Mouse's polka dots on the other. It's a Harvey purse, one of those seatbelt purse, so it'll last forever. But I'll never forget lugging that thing around up the steps to Blarney Castle. And yeah, I did get a lot of compliments. Although I'll never forget the first time that I got this purse. And I was in some hardware store or whatever. And somebody asked me why I had eyeballs all over my purse. I was trying to explain to them, it wasn't eyeballs. I was a little indignant. It was Minnie Mouse's dress polka dots or whatever. Anyways, that was just kind of something. It was almost traumatizing. And even the fellow that was showing us around Cork and Blarney and all that offered to carry it. I did not want to burden anybody with that monstrous purse going up the steps. But anyways, so I just wanted to share something with you as well, because apparently I have a Doanald Duck art collection. I'm not too sure what constitutes a collection if it's like more than 2 or 3 things, but I seem to be collecting Disney art. Thank you to my family for birthdays and Christmas and sometimes just because. And I'm curious to know what your collections are. If you have a collection, it would be interesting to share that with me. And I just want to say a quick hi to Beth, who has joined us. At Christmas time, I had received a really nice signed copy of, I'll show you, The Voice of Doanald Duck. Now, he wasn't the original voice of Doanald Duck, but Tony Anselmo has been the voice of Doanald Duck for the last 30 years. And actually, Clarence Nash was the original Doanald Duck voice for 50 years. And you think about it, it's like, holy cow, that's a long time for Doanald Duck. Doanald Duck was in existence before my parents were even born. It's incredible, since 1934. At any rate, those of you that have been watching my podcast or who know me know that Doanald Duck is my guy. And Walt wanted to create another character that would sort of be not as warm and fuzzy as Mickey Mouse. And so guess what? It was Donald Duck. And I was very lucky to get the signed version of Tony and Selma, the 30-year plus voice of Donald Duck. Beth says she has a huge Donald Duck trading pin collection. Ooh, that sounds. I have some Donald Duck in my trading pins, but I did not know that there were so many. I'll have to check that out. Stan, Mickey antenna toppers. Ooh, and trash can pepper shakers are my main ones. Oh, are those the trash cans from like the Disney trash cans? I'm just curious. I also have a salt and pepper shaker collection. Some of them Disney, but some of them are from different places in the world. Toronto has a Minnie Mouse tram now. It looks really cool. Toronto, the city of Toronto has a Minnie Mouse tram. Where does it go? Is it specific to downtown Toronto, or what's with that? That's kind of interesting, actually. Disney hats, the ones that have different characters throughout the years. Oh, Lewis has a hat collection. My goodness. How many hats do you have, Lewis? I'm just curious to know. That sounds wonderful. I only have about 2 Disney hats, but I guess my collection is now Donald Duck art and Disney purses, because it's really hard to turn down a Disney purse. And I know, Beth, you're also guilty of that, because I have seen some of your posts and it's very hard to resist a Disney purse, isn't it? But anyways, I want to say a quick hi to Eric McMahon, who also joined us. And Festival of the Arts, they had an incredible Donald and Daisy paint. I just love it. Couldn't afford. Yeah, I bet. Oh my gosh. Stan, do you know who the artist was for that? Because maybe I'll put that on my wish list sometime. And Disney trash can. Oh, okay. The Disney trash can pepper shaker. I've only seen a few of those, but those are really cute, actually. I know which ones you're talking about. Oh, Lewis is saying he's looking for the hat with Goofy on it. Okay, so collection, my hubby says, is 3 or more of the same things. All right, so I guess I do have a collection. And Beth just, okay, 130 Donald Duck pins. She just finished counting. Thanks for counting those, Beth. Oh my gosh, that's really neat. So I guess Donald Duck is maybe your guy too, Beth. I'm not too sure. Okay, so Stan said he took a picture with the Donald Duck painting. I would love to see that if you can share that with me, Stan, after the show or during the show, whatever you want. But so Donald Duck is my guy. Some of you know, I had a birthday this past week. There was a lot going on. Got back from Ireland, celebrated my birthday a couple days later, and my son's birthday the next day. And I did get another piece of Donald Duck art that I'm really happy about. And I'm not sure if you can see it right above my head. That's Donald Duck on plywood, and actually it's by an artist named Umberto Alizzi. He's an Italian pop artist. He does this they call decollage with acrylics, and it's actually on plywood, and it's really cool because I can actually see through, like, a little bit at the bottom of the wood. I can actually see some of the words that from an Italian piece of plywood from something or whatever. But I really liked it, and I know Donald can kind of go off and get cranky and stuff like that, but he is such a lovable guy in my heart, and I was really happy to get that as a birthday present from my hubby and family members. So anyways, Beth has 200 Goofy pins. Okay. Holy cow. I would be scared to ask how many pins you actually have, Beth. You don't have to count them all. But so now I'm not sure. Is Goofy your guy, or is Donald your guy, or is it just that you collect pins and keep them categorized? That's That's really quite amazing. Anyways, I would like to offer a little giveaway tonight. As some of you know, this sec, I need to grab a water here. Oh, that was talking a bit too much here. After I have a new book released, I actually like to have a little giveaway. And before I do that, I just want to say hi to Jane Elizabeth, who's also joined. And okay, so Beth said Donald and Goofy are my favorites. I digress here a little bit. I actually had such an amazing time with Goofy at my last visit with Walt Disney World that I kind of fell in love with that guy too. So I have to concur with Beth that, Goofy is also a really great guy, innocent, getting into all kinds of business. Louis Ramos, does soap from the hotels count? Ooh, from the Disney hotels? Yes. That is, yeah, isn't it? It smells the best. And I don't know about you guys, but I always make sure that I take the extra soaps that I have been given because they're just wonderful. And it's nice to kind of bring a little Disney home with you. At any rate, I would like to offer a giveaway. And I'm trying to think, what is the best way to do this? What I'd like to do is give away one of my books that was just released, and it is the romance edition. Some of the contributors are just getting their books starting today. And I just thought that if it would be fun every time I release a book. So this summer when I release the 4th edition, I will be giving a book away as well. So this is the romance edition. Some of you know the books that I was told to market it with tissues. I'm not too sure you need to have tissues as much for this one, but if I'm trying to think, the third person, let's see. I know, I'm going to make it super fair. I need to know the day of your birthday. Just the day, of course, not the year. We're not going to get personal. Just the day of your birthday. If you can put in your comments the day of your birthday, and the closest one to my day of my birthday will get the book. I think that's the fairest thing to do. Something about this particular birthday, it was a bit of a milestone birthday. And I was kind of dreading it a wee bit. And I actually had a fantastic day. My husband took it off from work and I was pampered and it was absolutely lovely. And something that I thought was absolutely hilarious and also endearing were the different cards that I got from my family. Particularly my husband had mentioned in my card that I am only as old as I tell people. And I don't know about you guys, but I kind of don't like to tell people my age. So here I am reading these cards, laughing my head off. And my daughter, bless her heart, she said that I didn't look like a senior. So I was grateful for that. But I was a little traumatized, I will say, about my birthday. Okay, so let's see some birthdays on here. Louis is August 8th. Oh, my daughter's August 7th. Beth is July 22nd. Jane is the 4th. Jane, yeah, your copy should be there any day. Eric, January 3rd. Stan, the 24th. Okay, is Stephen going to give me a birthday? Let's see. All right, I'll give people a couple more minutes to put in their birthday, but at any rate, I think I'm just going to look here. I think it would be safe to say that Beth, you are the closest to the day of my birthday. My birthday is the 21st of February. So Beth, I think I have, there's a 22nd too. Oh my goodness, I've got a tie. Okay.
No, it's June and July.
So June 22nd, July 22nd, day July 13th. Okay, so I've got a 22 and a 22. So you know what? I will actually give Regina I'm hoping I'm saying that right. If it's Regina or Regina, I think it's Regina, I would say. And Beth, I will send you actually both a copy because my birthday day is the 21st. And even though it's February, but I asked for birthday day. So you guys, Regina, I will just need to get an address from you guys and double check. But you guys can both have a copy of my book, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed writing it. The fourth book I'm actually writing, and really excited. It's going to be, I'm afraid to say, a little supersized because there's some amazing stories that are going to be in that book as well, and looking forward to getting that. I've started writing it. It's kind of a long haul because the interviews I've conducted were quite long. At any rate, if anybody else would like to call in, 844-483-4763 is the number to call. And I was just curious, I know, Beth, you had mentioned that you had met a lot of different people this time recently when you were at Walt Disney World. And for anybody joining us, I actually met Beth. It was actually not quite a year ago when she was on one of her frequent visits to Walt Disney World and spotted one of those clear plastic cups that had the rose in it from Beauty and the Beast, of course, and lights up in that. And our daughter, that's one of her favorite princesses, actually. Belle is one, and Ariel is the other. And I thought it would be really fun to get her that. And of course, I wasn't there. And Beth was very kind to offer to pick that up for me. And I paid her for that. And she sent it off. And it was just really extra special for our daughter's birthday. But anyways, I have, I will just take a quick other peek here at some of the folks here. Stan is going to call in 2 weeks from today. I have a special announcement to make then. I look forward to that. And Creative Guy TV, CG, is actually... has joined us from Twitch TV, and just really enjoy folks from both Facebook and Twitch TV. And he was saying that he loves Belle, and I was asked actually who my favorite princess was, and that was a difficult decision to make for me because there's something about each of the princesses that I love, and it's just I would have to say that one of my my favorite one, if I had to choose one, was Belle, and so I can definitely tell Creative Guy TV that I like Belle too, and so again, the number 483. No, that's not it. 844-483-4763. Good thing it's up in the corner because I don't even remember the number to call sometimes. At any rate, if you want to call in, that's the number to call. And I was just kind of curious to know who your okay, so Regina, her favorite princess is Belle too. That's something that I was curious to know why Belle was your favorite princess. I know why she's mine, but I was curious to know why she's yours, Regina. And Creative Guy had loved Belle. There is really something kind of special in the Positively Disney book, and I did show some people before on the back of the book. At any rate, I do have another call coming in that I will answer quickly. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hi, Kimberly. This is Beth.
Oh, hi, Beth. I can't wait to see your pin collection someday.
Oh, yeah. It's big. I mean, it's been a while, you know, that I've been collecting them. But no, Donald's I'm a big fan. Donald and Goofy. Those are my number one guys right there. And I don't know if you saw my comment, but Goofy gives the best hugs, by the way.
Oh, really?
The best hugs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I've had so many pictures with Goofy, and I'm really not a go get my picture taken with characters now that my kids are older. But Goofy, I will stop and wait in line anytime for him. So.
Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, gosh.
Yep.
Well, you know, that is something that, you know, everybody has a reason for liking a particular character, you know, and it's just, I love Donald. And as I said, I just kind of fell in love with Goofy after some interactions with him, because you know, when we go to the parks, we're still going as a family, and not everybody likes to stop for character photos like me, you know. And but I sometimes split off from the kids, and my husband and I will go and get a few photos. Well, he doesn't get a photo; I get the photo, but he comes with me. So, but by the way, congratulations on winning the book. That I hope you enjoy.
Yes, I'm excited.
That's fun. Oh gosh. Anyway, so you had kind of I think you were at the Festival of the Arts recently, weren't you?
Many times.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You were talking about Donald. Peter Fishwick was one of the artists there. He's really popular. He's the one who loves to do the paintings, and he kind of flips it upside down, and it's like all finger painting and everything. Lots of splattering and so forth. And he did an amazing Donald. I mean, it was huge. It was 3 feet by 3 feet square. And it was amazing. Like, I would buy that in an instant if, you know, I had all the money in the world, of course. But, yeah. But I follow him on Instagram, and he does amazing paintings. I was actually begging him to do a Haunted Mansion painting. I'm like, you don't do anything Haunted Mansion. I need you to do that. Like, I could afford it. But yeah, he's great. I posted some of his pics when he was at Festival of the Arts.
Oh, okay. So I'm wondering if this is I wonder if this is the painting that Stan was referring to. There was one with I think, did he say Donald and Daisy or something like that? I'm curious to know what kind of a price tag were those paintings actually? They probably were.
I saw paintings up to $6,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was probably on the highest end.
Okay.
Lowest end, and mind you, those are originals.
Yeah, of course.
There was a lot that was affordable at Festival of the Arts this year. I was really happy. There was a lot of print canvas ones that were much cheaper, and then there was actual prints that you could buy that were just matted, and most of those ran about $40. And those were like 11 by 14.
Okay.
You know, so something nice you could still take home, and it's Disney artwork, but you know, it wasn't original because, you know, the big price tag for those.
But you could get it signed by the artist, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
If the artist was there, yes.
Right.
And most weekends they had a lot of the artists there. So
nice.
Yes.
That's really kind of special. I like that idea. You know, I really, by the way, the books that Regina and you won will be personalized as well. I'm really kind of big on that. I think it's important to do that. And you know, if you're right, like if the artist is there, then why don't you get your stuff signed? Like that's, you know, it makes it a little more special.
I mean, you know, this was only the second year of Festival of the Arts, and I was so blown away at how much more they did this year that I foresee it. I even talked to some of the festival directors. I foresee it staying for good. I mean, this is definitely going to get bigger and better as it goes.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah. I'd like to get there someday myself. It's sort of a tough time of year for me just to fly across the country to go to the festival.
Well, but a wonderful time of year.
Yeah.
I mean, the weather is wonderful.
Yeah.
The crowds are a lot lower. I mean, it is a great time to come. January, February is wonderful. And I love it. I love Festival of the Arts.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite festival now.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really neat. I wonder
Yes.
if you saw a friend of mine, Kevin John, is.
I bought something of his.
Oh,
yeah.
did you? Okay, so if you see up to my, I'm trying to think which direction I am. Okay, over here, Kevin John did that for me. That of Doanald Duck reading my book. And
oh, nice.
Yeah. So he is a good friend of mine, and
I had a great conversation with him. I was telling him how impressed I am with anyone who can do watercolor. I mean, it is just like one of the hardest mediums.
I know.
And I bought his. Yeah, and I bought his print of the castle in watercolor. And I talked to him about how I was a huge Haunted Mansion fan. And I said, please tell me you're going to do the Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
No offense to Disneyland people, but I went to Disney World Haunted Mansion. He said, you know what? I plan on doing that in 2018.
Oh,
he
cool.
goes, just follow me on Facebook and everything.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm going to actually do a series. He's going to do Haunted Mansion, and then he's going to do Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. Perfect. I'm going to buy all of them, all the matching ones. I can't wait.
Yeah, he's actually got one at the Tower of Terror right now. It's the bellhop, actually, at Tower of Terror. He's got one there right now. But the actual building, right? The actual Tower of Terror building.
Right. He's going to do it very similar to the one that I have. So it's almost like a dusk.
Oh,
and it's and then it's the building. So I'm hoping he'll continue that kind of theme.
Yeah.
It sounded like that's what he was talking about doing to kind of make them all a set. So
he's such a nice guy. And Stan was just saying that he said it was really neat to be able to talk with the different artists, and he said that they were all very, very nice, very, very lovely to talk with. So I just thought that was that is it's really, I think it's a fantastic opportunity for not only artists to meet their public, but the public to meet their the public and the artists, and to interact. I think that was really, really lovely. Creative.
Yeah, everybody seems very friendly. Yeah, very friendly, and they really answered questions, and they really seemed happy to be there and talking to people. So it was always a very nice interaction. I talked to several artists that I would talk about some of the artwork that they had, and it was really great to have them there. Now, this is an excellent festival. Well, I really like it.
You know what? I have never, ever been to Disney for my actual birthday. That's one thing on my bucket list. I really would like to be there on my actual birthday. So if they continue having the arts festival around that February 21st, if my husband can think about that, I would love to just to go.
Well, they would have to extend it, but like I said, it's so popular right now. I foresee it getting longer. I foresee it coming and budding up really close to Flower and Garden.
Right.
So I think this year they ended it on, what was it? The 16th, 19th, something like that.
Yeah, the 19th.
But I bet you. Yeah, but I bet you as it goes on, I bet you it's going to hit your birthday. I bet they'll extend it.
Oh, that would be
because they were already planting all of the flowers for Flower and Garden near the end of Festival of the Arts. They were already mapping them out on the ground, and then 2 days later, all the flowers were in. So, they're pretty much getting everything going. And now, because they're doing so many festivals with the food kiosks, the extra food kiosks out throughout World Showcase, they're being kept up year round now, whereas they used to take them down. So these have been up since Food and Wine.
I was wondering about that. Okay.
Yeah, they stayed up through the Christmas Around the World, which was very short because Food and Wine ran so long.
Right.
And then they kept them up, and before you knew it, it was Festival of the Arts. So there's really not a lot of take down, put up, take down, between these festivals now. They just changed menus and, so forth. So I don't think there's going to be as much turnaround time between festivals.
Okay.
So I really think that Festival of the Arts will get longer, and you'll definitely get your wish.
So,
That is a great festival to be at for your birthday.
Yeah. Well, I'm, that's something that, as I said, I've never been there on my actual birthday. And it's, as I said, because, well, it's in February and, school's in and all this other stuff, right? And it's not easy it's easy to hop on a plane, but, it's not that easy to plan for, especially when you're just there back in, end of December or whatever. But no, I'll have to check that out. That's really neat. Listen, Beth, I was just wondering if you can PM me your address. We don't need it to public on here, but if you could send me your address so that I can mail out your book to you, that would be really good. And I do hope to meet you next time. And they're actually going to be in Walt Disney World. I have to be there the end of June and then the first week of July, and then I'm going back mid-August. So we'll have to try to say hello when I'm there. That would be really fun.
Oh, definitely. You know me, I'm there all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I got to see Nick Foles from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, fun.
I got to see. Yeah, that was cool. And then I was just there yesterday, 2 days ago.
Okay.
And I just got chatting with some people from New Jersey while I was waiting for the Festival of Fantasy. I mean, there's just so many wonderful people out there.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you get to tell those stories through your books because
thank you.
all you have to do is just, sit down and talk to someone for a few minutes, and before you know it, you're talking about your kids and your family and how many times you come to Disney World, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
A lot of great people at Disney.
You know what? It does bring out the best. I know. Actually, I'm being interviewed tomorrow from a podcast out of the UK, and I'll let people know when it's up in March. But one of the things that I'll be talking about is what it is about Disney and why I am inspired to continue writing. And it's just, it is that it's the people of Disney. It's you guys. It's the people that I get to meet, that I'm, writing their story. It's just, Disney brings out the best in humanity, I find. And I'm very privileged and honored to be able to chat with people and get to know them and even end up meeting some of them. I'm hoping to meet more of you throughout the months ahead. But it's just I'm very grateful for what I am able to do, But thanks, Beth, so much for calling in. That was just lovely to hear from you again. And again, don't forget to give me your address. Okay. So
I will. And I hope one day you get to do a book of cast member stories. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would be, well, there are some, in the books, there are some cast member specific, a kind of a combination of cast members, Disney artists and guests. But yeah, there would be some amazing cast member stories. I could do an exclusive one for sure. Yeah. Thanks, Beth. And we'll talk to you
so
soon.
Much.
All right. Take care.
Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye. I just want to say hi and goodbye to Elaine, who had joined us. Thanks, Elaine, for listening in tonight. And hello to Michael and to George. And to welcome again to the new folks joining us from Twitch TV. Just wanted to say a quick hello to you this evening. And just really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. And I'm going to be wrapping that up. And Stephen, thank you for joining me as well. And all of you, it's been lovely to interact with you tonight. And we will see you next week at same time, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. And if you would like to reach out to me after the show, you can reach me by email at Kimberley. Don't forget the Kimberley with an EY at positively.disney.com. So have a good night. Have a great week, you guys. Stay warm, stay safe. Take care. Good night.